Pluto in Aquarius. What does it mean for your mindset? What does it mean for all of us? Hello, hello, hello. You are listening to or watching the Manifest on Purpose show. I am your host, Kimberly. I am here to help you elevate your state of consciousness, and today is going to be a powerful video. So make sure you stick around because it's going to be all about your evolution and growth. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me today. Thank you for all of those you've invited. And thank you for subscribing here and on the website at Kimberly, KIMBALEY.com. The God in me loves the God in you. Well, we're going to get into some growth, but before we do, let's hear our astronumerology forecast, courtesy of astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. It is Wednesday, November the 27th. The sun is in Sagittarius. Happy birthday, Sagittarius. The moon is in Libra. It's a one universal month, a 5 universal week, a one universal day. With what few remaining days left of November, it's in your best interest to give it a kickstart in anticipation for the upcoming month of December. Try your hand at something new, or perhaps be a little adventurous for a change. By doing so, you're setting the stage for the final phase of 2024, moving into 2025. True, we are still several weeks away until then, but there's nothing like getting a jump on things now, as in right this minute. Leo, Aquarius, Aries, and those born on the 1st, 4th, 10th, 13th, 19th, 22nd, 28th, and 31st of the month are likely to be the first ones out the gate. Once again, that is the astronumerology forecast for today, courtesy of astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. You can download the app at Star 8, ASTAR, the number 8.com. You can also go to Google Play, the App Store, or linktree.ee/numbersanyou. Only a few more days until 2025. You should be prepared for the year of the nine. We had our yearly forecast, the Universal 9 Year Forecast that posted recently. I hope you've had a chance to watch that right here. And it lets you know what the year is going to be looking like in general for everyone. However, you need to know what your personal year is going to be like. Make sure that you get your copy of your astronumerology forecast for the year of 2025 to help you navigate through that year. You can also get your personal report, a compatibility report, or you can book an astronumerology consultation at Kimberly, KIMBALEY.com. I know I'm going to be touching on Pluto in Aquarius today, but I have to get into my story first. First, I'm just going to say, first and foremost, that I'm no astrologer. The information that I'm giving you today is basic information, and this information is to let you know what you can expect or what you need to be working on your mindset during this transit. But as I said, I'm going to get into story first. I've always been fascinated with the mind, especially because of some of the experiences that I experienced during my youth. Some of the things that I experienced came directly from my dreams. I had a whole lot of crazy dreams, but some of those dreams became prophetic. There were dreams that I have had of people that would pass away, and these people were not sick or anything. And within a week's time, they were gone. And so these things put me on the alert, and it made me pay attention to the patterns that I was having with my dreams. Some dreams were little weird dreams. And as I said, some dreams would foretell stuff. Sometimes I could get the meaning of the dream, sometimes I couldn't. I was very adept at interpreting the dreams of other people, people that were close to me, my friends, my family members. My mom was one of the ones that always came to me with her dreams. However, the scariest things that I remember happening in my dream, and this happened twice in childhood, there were recurring dreams. And there were two recurring dreams. Now, there's another one that has happened in adulthood, and that's probably been recent, like in the last 2, 3 years or so. But in my childhood, there were two dreams that would happen on a regular basis. One dream was that the area that I was in, the place we were growing up, was like a war zone. And we were in the streets and it was like real war. I never really quite figured out what that dream was because it was a little scary to me because it was very graphic. You know, some of my family was in the dream, I was in the dream. And so I never went deeper into that dream. But there was another dream that would recur, and that dream was a dream of tornadoes. It wouldn't be the same tornado, but it would always be a dream about a tornado. And I decided because I was so curious and I wanted to know, why do I keep having this same type of dream? So I started doing some analysis on it and started paying attention to what was going on in my life during the time I would have these dreams. And what I found is a bit shocking. Every time one of these tornado dreams would happen, shortly after, I would go through a brief period of a shift or transformation. Life almost seemed to be chaotic at that time. And so I found that what was happening was the tornado dream was coming as a warning, letting me know that, okay, it may be a bumpy ride for a little while. But what I noticed about that dream is after that chaotic moment passed, things in my life were better. And I even felt as if I grew another level. That, my friend, is kind of like Pluto. Pluto is a powerful planet. It's the planet of transformation. Many people may even call Pluto a chaotic planet. However, Pluto has a job to do, and Pluto is going to do its job. Part of Pluto's job is to come through to make sure that we are evolving the way that we should be evolving. We're all here to grow. And if we're not growing, we're just here stagnant. And just like during those tornado dreams, I noticed that if those shifts had not come in my life afterwards, I would have still been in the same position that I was at before. And what I thought it was then is I was like, maybe the universe is saying it's time for you to move. And if you don't move, I'm going to send something to make you move. Well, that something to make you move is Pluto. So Pluto represents death and rebirth. What it does is it goes deep down within you and it tears down structures that are holding you stagnant, structures that no longer serve a purpose in your life so that you can move forward in your life. Another thing that Pluto represents, which I thought was very interesting, is the subconscious mind. That's why I said Pluto goes deep. So Pluto will go where no one else will tread to go. A lot of times we hold on to stuff inside for so long, or we don't even realize it because it's subconscious, meaning it's beneath our awareness. And these things can be holding us stagnant. And Pluto goes in and finds those things even if you don't know it's there, and will create a shift, make a change so that a transformation can take place in your life. Now, the whole reason why we're talking about Pluto is it's bigger than us. It's bigger than us. So, this transformation and this shift that we're talking about, we're going to be dealing with this collectively. So, that means not just us, but our society, our structures, our government. A lot of things are going to be changing, and it's going to be changing fast. How will things be transforming? In order to know how things are going to be transforming, we have to look at the sign that Pluto is in. So now, since last week on the 19th until 2044, Pluto will be in the sign of Aquarius. So let's just talk about Aquarius. And I'm just giving basic things here that support my point because I'm not an astrologer, but I am going to put two and two together for you. So with Aquarius, we know Aquarius love to be different. Aquariuses are smart, wise. A lot of people call Aquarius genius. And the reason why is because Aquarius are so futuristic. They think further ahead than most people do. So while the majority is focused on what's going on in the here and now, Aquarius is like, what's happening next month? What's happening next year? That's Aquarius. Also, the thing that you should know about Aquarius is Aquarius like to step outside of the box. It likes to do things different. Also, you should know that Aquarius are and can be rebels. However, Aquarius are rebels with the cause because one of the best things about Aquarius is these loners, these people that find it so easy to detach. It is their purpose to be a humanitarian. So when we think about a humanitarian, let's just talk about that for a moment. A humanitarian is a person promoting human welfare and social reform. So, what is humanity? Because A humanitarian is supporting humanity. And when we look at humanity, humanity is the whole collection of human beings, both past and present. So that means that as long as you're human, the humanitarian is here to promote the support of you. Now, let's go to this mindset shift. We're going to be going into a whole different time right now. And I want you to understand, because to me, this is about shifting not just the mindset of a few people. This is about shifting the mindset of humanity. And the reason why it needs to be done is because of the fact that there's been so many beliefs and so many things programmed in humanity, in the collective, that makes it hard to do what we have to do to evolve and grow to another level. So, in order for us to grow or elevate to the next level, we must first check our mindsets as individuals. And this is kind of deep. Pluto has to transform things, because when I look at humanity as a collective, or the mindset of the collective, I still see that there are a lot of people in the lowest state of consciousness, the blame state of consciousness. Michael Bernard Beckwer says that the blame state of consciousness is when people feel like the world is happening to them. This means that you're just living, and whatever happens, it's like the world against you. There's an excuse for everything. This is how these people feel. If you know people like that, let me know. There are a lot of people that feel this way, but it's important to know that life is not just happening to you unless you just let life happen to you. And it's also important to know that this is not time for humanity to separate. This is a time for humanity to come together. And in order for humanity to come together, we have to stop pointing fingers. This person think they're better than me. This person is from a different ethnic background than I am. This person likes to eat different food than I do. They're from a different country. This person is a different color. This person is doing this to me. That person is doing that to me. We have to bring that to a head, because as we see, humanity is us, all inclusive. So it's time to shift our mindset away from some of the things that we grew up thinking, some of the things that we grew up believing, because what's happening is society is a product of our thoughts. Sure, if you think that's going on, if the majority of the world feels like that's going on, then guess what? That's what's going to be going on. You know, if majority of the world feels like the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer, then that's what the reality is going to be, because we create our reality through our perception of the world. So we have to change the way we look at things. We have to stop going against other people's religion and just know that everybody is connected. We're all connected. In metaphysics, it says there is but one mind And each individual mind is an expression of that one mind. We are one. So that means if you don't like your coworker, then it's just like saying to yourself that you don't like yourself because, like it or not, they are a part of you. And then it's the thing that we have to remember is something that we strayed away, and this is due to the subconscious programming. We have to realize that over 80% of who we are is not this physical body. This physical body is temporary. This is your earth suit. This is the outfit you have to put on in order to exist in this reality. Over 80% of who you are is spiritual. Spiritual. And a lot of times, the reason that we beef or have grievance with other people is because they look different or they sound different. But it makes no difference because when that person approach you, their spirit is meeting your spirit and it's intertwined. So we have to keep those things in mind. So moving forward, you're going to have to think about the way that you think about things, the way that you look at the world that we live in. Are you becoming distracted with everything that's going on? Because I mean, think about it. It's time to change. In my generation, the big thing happening then was the celebrities. And now we're seeing so much going on with the celebrities. And guess what? We're finally realizing that they're no different than everybody else. So, this is a time of awakening, a time to have to see things for what it really truly is. Focus on you, focus on your mindset. And trust me when I tell you, this is not just a message for you. Every message that comes for you goes through me first. So just like there's some shifts you have to make, there's going to be some shifts that I have to make too. But the shifts that we're making are going to make us elevate to where we're supposed to be at going into this period. So 2025 is going to be the year where we're going to have to work on the mindset. And don't think that, hey, nothing's wrong with me. Because a lot of times there's things that are so deep, we don't even know that it's there. And we have to go down in meditation, or we have to analyze ourselves, take inventory of our thoughts. Ask yourself, what made me think something like that? What made me act in this way? And next year is the perfect year for all of this to be beginning because it's a universal 9 year, a year of endings, a year of letting go, and also a year of manifestation. And the way that happens is as you let go of things that are no longer serving you, then you can be able to start manifesting the reality that you desire. So, this 9 years should be the year that you're focusing on these subconscious things, these things that are deep within you, the things that don't hardly ever come out, but you know that they're there. This is the time to start working on that This is the time to elevate yourself to a higher state of consciousness. That's what we're all here for. We're here to evolve. And with Pluto, you don't have to. You don't have to, because if you don't, Pluto is going to make it so that change is going to come one way or the other. So you may as well go ahead and start with the changes now. There's usually not an episode that goes by that I don't say my favorite line, and that is, the God in me loves the God in you. And let me just tell you, when I started saying that, I started saying it about 5 years ago. And what I would do, especially when I would catch the bus or the train, I would just walk past people and I would say that to myself while looking those people directly in their eyes, recognizing the creator or the source within them, the same creator or source that is within all of us. And so for so many years, I've always felt as if we are connected. We are connected, and we need to start treating each other in a way that shows we are connected. And even if it's someone that may challenge you. I remember one time I asked one of my spiritual teachers, what if it's somebody you don't like? What if it's somebody that you really don't like? What do you do about getting along with them? And the teacher replied that you pray for that person. She said, how can you pray for a person every day and still not like them? And I thought, it's something deep. And if you don't pray, send them well wishes every day. Because how people treat you is their karma, but how you treat them is yours. So that's important for you to remember. As I said, this Pluto in Aquarius is going to be a powerful shift. It's going to be a powerful transformation. Just like kind of how those recurring tornadoes brought about transformations in my life. This is going to be a time for transformation as well. If things begin to seem as if they are chaotic to you, just know that there's order in chaos. And I really don't like the word chaos, but what I will say is that it's a shift, it's a change. Because what happens is, a lot of times we get comfortable. We like to stay in the same place. We like to stay in the same state of being because we don't know what's going to be on the other side of that change. So a lot of people are willing to be stuck, rather embrace that fear and embracing what's going to happen next. Sometimes the most beautiful days are the days right after a hard snow and the day right after a heavy rainstorm. The sun just seems to come out and be so much brighter. And you'll begin to see in your life when you begin to embrace the change. We're going into 2025, a year about letting go. Perhaps there's some things in your mind that you're holding on to that really is not reasonable right now. Whether it's outdated thoughts, outdated beliefs, outdated opinions, or your outdated perception, because everything around us during this time is going to be changing. Don't you think you should be doing the same thing too? This is a time for humanitarianism. This is a time more than any for all of us to pull together. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.